Hello friends, it's Gerry from the very distant future. This is a re-upload of a video that I did back in 2018, so some of the information might be a little bit outdated. Namely, I think nowadays Line 6 recommends that after you make a backup, you update your Helix, and then after, you do a factory reset on your Helix, and then you restore from the backup in order for everything to work properly. So I highly recommend that you always read the release notes when you update any Line 6 product. That will always have the most thorough instructions on how to update the equipment. This video being up might be pointless, and it probably is, but if you just wanted to watch a 2018 Gerry, well, here you go. Enjoy.
Hey guys, my name is Gerry, and today I'm going to show you how to update the firmware on your Helix and how to transfer presets from one Helix to another. Let's get started. So before we actually do any updating of any kind, it would be wise to get the most recent version of Line 6 Updater and HXEdit, which is really easy to do. Just head over to line6.com and head over to the downloads page. And under software, you'll find HXEdit. And then underneath that, you'll find Line 6 Updater. Okay, now that we have everything updated, we're going to go ahead and launch HXEdit so we can make a backup of all of our presets. Okay, so we have HXEdit open. You're going to head over to File, and you're going to create a backup. Now it's going to ask you where you want to save your backup to and what you want to call it. By default, it's going to save it to a folder called Line 6 Tones Helix Backups. And we're just going to go ahead and create that backup. I like the way that's called. What's nice about backing it up this way is that it's going to save all of your global settings, your impulse responses, and all of your presets, which is really nice. We're mainly backing up our settings for two reasons. Reason number one being that in case we update the firmware on our Helix, and in this case we're using the Helix rack, and it decides to wipe out all of your settings and all of your presets, we still have a nice backup that we can refer back to. And the second reason is that I have a Helix LT behind me, and we're going to use that same backup to load up all of our presets into the Helix LT. Another thing that I like to make sure of is having all of our IRs saved somewhere on our computer. So I personally keep them in a folder under Documents, Cabinet IRs, Rosen Digital, which is now Lancaster Audio, and you should totally check them out. And here you go. Here are all of my Cabinet IRs, just in case. But if you're comfortable with the backup that we just made, then this step is not necessary. Okay, now that we've created our backup, we're going to go ahead and quit HXEdit, and we're going to launch Line 6 Updater. Go ahead and sign in. And as you can see, my Helix rack is under firmware 2.53. And as of the date of this video, we're actually on 2.60. So we need to update this. Okay, version 2.60, click update. It's going to tell you all the goodness that comes with the new update. We're going to hit continue, accept. And it's going to warn you about updating your Helix and creating a backup in HXEdit, which we already did, so we're good to go. Hit next, and now the update has started. And as you can see, the screen on my Helix rack just changed. This will take a few minutes, so we'll be right back. If you have your Helix connected to a mixer while you're updating it, I precaution you to turn the volume down on it, otherwise you're going to get a loud pop sound once it's done updating.
Oh, that was scary.
Okay, now that the firmware update is done, your Helix will not restart automatically, and it's going to start rebuilding all of the presets. And what's nice about this particular update, I don't think we're going to have to restore from the backup that we just created a second ago, which is going to make our lives a little easier. Okay, now that the Helix has finished rebuilding all of our presets, we're going to go ahead and quit Line 6 Updater, and we're going to open HXEdit. And all of our presets are still here, and we've successfully updated the firmware on our Helix. Now let's take all of these presets and upload them to my Helix LT that's right behind me. Okay, so I moved camera B over to my Helix LT, and since this unit in particular is actually fresh out of the box, I'm not worried about creating any backups or anything. So we're just going to go ahead and update it with Line 6 Updater. Go ahead and launch Line 6 Updater. Sign in. There we go, Line 6 LT. And as you can see, I am still behind on the firmware version. So we're going to go ahead and update it to 2.60. Continue, accept, please wait. Now the update has begun. So the Helix LT is actually going to go through the same steps that the Helix rack just went through. So this is also going to take a few minutes. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, now that this firmware update is completed, the Helix LT is now going to restart and rebuild all those presets, just like the Helix rack did. Okay, now that our Helix LT is done rebuilding all of those presets, we're going to go ahead and quit Light 6 Updater, and we're going to launch HX Edit. Okay, so as I said before, this Helix is fresh out of the box, so if we go to one of our user presets, we will see that everything is blank. So now we're going to go up to File, Restore from Backup, and we're going to restore from this Helix rack backup that we made a little while ago. So we're going to go ahead and hit Restore Backup. Are you sure? Yes, please. And then it'll start restoring from your backup. What's nice about doing it this way is that it actually restores all of your cabinet IRs. Before HX Edit, you actually had to re-import all of your cab IRs from your computer one by one. So this makes it way more convenient. Okay, now that the restore has completed, we're going to go ahead and go over to our user presets. And as you can see, all of our presets are accounted for. And there you go. That is how you successfully update the firmware on your Helix and how you transfer presets from one Helix to another. One thing to note though, I would double check all of your presets and make sure that everything sounds the same, because what tends to happen with a lot of these firmware updates is that some of the sounds tend to change. So for example, they might update some of the reverbs or delay times, things like that. Because with this particular update, 2.60, we now have wetter reverbs. If you found this tutorial helpful, you can help me out by liking this video and commenting below what other tutorials you would like to see in the future. And for more guitar videos like this one, head over to my channel, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time.